Carl Jung's exploration of the human psyche delves deeply into the interconnectedness of conscious and unconscious elements, shedding light on how these components influence our behaviors, experiences, and overall mental health. Jung's theories on synchronicity, individuation, archetypes, and the balancing of opposites offer profound insights into the patterns of human thought and behavior. By examining these concepts through the lens of triadic structures, we can gain a more nuanced understanding of the complex interactions within the psyche. This analysis integrates Jungian concepts with logical triads to elucidate the dynamics of coexistence, reinforcement, causality, nonlinearity, integration, and more, providing a comprehensive framework for understanding psychological processes. Coexistence in Jungian psychology is exemplified by his concept of synchronicity, where unrelated events are connected by meaning rather than causality. A well-known example is a patient's dream about a scarab beetle coinciding with a real beetle appearing during therapy. Jung said, "Synchronicity reveals the meaningful connection in our lives." This illustrates mutual dependency, where the dream, real-world event, and psychological state are meaningfully interconnected. Equilibrium, another key Jungian concept, involves balancing opposites within the psyche to achieve wholeness. Jung stated, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." This reflects equilibrium, where conscious and unconscious elements balance to achieve psychological harmony. Reinforcement, in Jungian terms, involves archetypes influencing personal behavior, which in turn shapes cultural narratives, reinforcing the archetypes themselves. Jung noted, "The archetype is a tendency to form such representations of a motif, representations that can vary a great deal in detail without losing their basic pattern." This demonstrates reinforcement, where archetypes shape behavior and culture. Feedback loops are evident in neuroses, where repressed desires manifest as neuroses and influence behavior. Jung said, "Neurosis is always a substitute for legitimate suffering." This feedback mechanism shows how unconscious content influences and is influenced by behavior and psychological states. In Jungian psychology, causal relationships are seen in how childhood trauma leads to adult behavior patterns impacting life outcomes. Jung's assertion, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate," highlights linear causation, where unconscious causes lead to behaviors and outcomes. Reversion in therapy involves reversing neuroses by integrating unconscious content, thereby affecting consciousness. Jung remarked, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are," illustrating this process where addressing unconscious content can reverse pathology and influence behavior and consciousness. Jung's concept of synchronicity exemplifies nonlinear relationships, where a significant event influences later dreams, which impact personal insights. He said, "Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see, showing a path where events and outcomes connect non-linearly, affecting insights." Retrospective analysis involves examining past events to understand present neuroses and their impact on behavior. Jung's statement, "In all chaos there is a cosmos, in all disorder a secret order," highlights the negation of nonlinear causation, where understanding the past helps address current issues and behaviors. Inclusive integration in Jungian psychology involves accepting shadow aspects for personal growth and achieving a more integrated self. Jung said, "The acceptance of oneself is the essence of the whole moral problem and the epitome of a whole outlook on life, demonstrating an inclusive logic where integrating shadow leads to growth and a cohesive self. Conversely, exclusion involves rejecting unconscious content, causing psychological imbalance and affecting personal growth." Jung's insight, "What you resist persists," illustrates the exclusive process where rejection causes imbalance. Jung's framework shows how the personal unconscious links the collective unconscious with the conscious mind. He observed, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes," reflecting that personal unconscious connects the collective and conscious minds. Psychological bottlenecks occur when repression causes neuroses. Jung noted, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain," illustrating the bottleneck where unresolved conflicts cause unwanted behaviors to persist. Harmonic integration in Jungian psychology is achieved through individuation, where integrating conscious and unconscious aspects leads to self-realization. Jung said, "Individuation is the process of a person becoming himself, whole, indivisible, and distinct from other people or collective psychology, illustrating a process where harmonious integration achieves self-realization." However, dissonance arises from failure to integrate, leading to neurosis and disconnection between conscious and unconscious parts. Jung remarked, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely," reflecting the tendency of unaddressed conflicts to cause fragmentation. Convergence in Jungian thought involves synthesizing opposites, such as integrating shadow and conscious self to achieve psychological wholeness. Jung said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed," illustrating convergence, where separate aspects together lead to wholeness. On the other hand, divergence or fragmentation occurs when aspects are not integrated, leading to a divided psyche. Jung noted, "The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents," reflecting how failure to integrate divergent goals and motivations leads to division. Combination in Jungian psychology involves balancing contradictory traits to achieve a cohesive identity. Jung remarked, "Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism," illustrating a state where combining contradictory traits leads to a unified self. Division occurs when repression of aspects leads to psychological fragmentation. Jung said, "The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong," demonstrating where repression causes division through cognitive dissonance. Association in Jungian terms involves the interplay of archetypes and personal experiences to create meaning. Jung observed, "As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being," illustrating a perspective where archetypes influence personal experiences, leading to self-discovery. Disassociation occurs due to trauma, causing a split in the psyche. Jung remarked, "The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers," interpreting how trauma causes disassociation. Integration in Jungian psychology involves achieving wholeness through individuation by integrating unconscious content. Jung stated, "Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries, illustrating how integrating unconscious elements leads to psychological wholeness. Disintegration, on the other hand, results from repression, causing a divided self. Jung said, "Show me a sane man, and I will cure him for you," demonstrating that uncovering how repression interferes with one's wholeness will reveal underlying fragmentation. The integration of Jungian psychology with logical triads reveals the profound depth of the human psyche's interconnectedness. Jung's theories on synchronicity align seamlessly with the logical patterns of coexistence, reinforcement, causality, and other triadic relationships. This comprehensive analysis underscores the importance of balancing conscious and unconscious elements, accepting and integrating shadow aspects, and understanding the non-linear, retrospective influences of past experiences on present behaviors. By exploring these themes, we not only gain insights into the mechanisms of psychological health and wholeness, but also appreciate the intricate dance between the various facets of the human mind. Jung's work continues to illuminate the path towards self-discovery and individuation, emphasizing the need for integration and harmony within the psyche.